Welcome everyone. My name is Garam, and today's topic is to trust. Let's get started. When things aren't going our way or we're overwhelmed by life circumstances, trusting God's plans can be challenging. It can feel as though we're walking alone in the dark, questioning our hope for the future. We may even ask, God, is this all you have for me? When we start to have doubts, it's tempting to take our cues from our fears or past experiences. How does God respond to doubt? The Bible has many examples of people who had doubts, and here are a few I want to highlight. In Genesis chapter 17, verse 17, Abraham laughed when God said that his promised great nation will come through his wife Sarah, who was past her childbearing years. In Luke chapter 1, verse 34, Mary asks, how can this happen when the angel reveals God's plan that she will carry Jesus in her womb? In Matthew chapter 14, verse 22 to 33, Peter walks on water to Jesus, but he sinks when his fear distracts his focus from Jesus. These doubts were part of the process of strengthening their trust in God. Not once do we see God walk away when these individuals had doubt. God followed through on his promise by giving Abraham and Sarah a son. Instead of shaming Mary for her question, God's messenger helps her understand and embrace her upcoming pregnancy. When Peter called out to Jesus as he was sinking, Jesus reached out his hand to catch him. So, how can we move forward when we have doubts? Bring your doubts to God, seek counsel from people of faith, remind yourself of God's goodness in the past and how He's shown up for you before. Ask yourself, what is God teaching you in this moment? Are there any areas that you don't trust God? When you're living out God's plan for you, it doesn't mean that you won't be met with doubts. As long as you transform your doubts into an opportunity of trusting God through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, it will help you gain better perspective in your life. Friends, you're going to make it out of this successfully. God isn't going to let your story end this way. You just feel like God made a mistake because you don't have what you want right now. Just because you can't see any progress doesn't mean that God isn't working in and through you. God did not forget about you. God made you to succeed. If God hasn't gotten you to your destination, it's because He's currently walking you through it. Keep walking with God to see where you'll end up. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 says, for I know the plans I have for you. This is the Lord's declaration. Plans for your well-being, not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. God has been proven to be trustworthy in the Bible and in everyone's lives. All you have to do is look. Remember that God gives us hope and strength to thrive as we live.